refresh it here to see our.
Okay, hi everyone. I think we're live. Welcome to today's LinkedIn Live, engineering ready 3D meshes with your mobile phone. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you've seen like a few posts where I mentioned the iPhone 12 Pro. I think there is a lot of posts and you know pictures and 3D models going around, a lot of information coming from the iPhone 12 Pro, because it comes with like amazing camera and lidar sensor, so that allows to generate a very good accurate representation of any physical asset, which is amazing. I actually saw someone was posting a birthday party from like his kids. I can't remember what the story was, but like he was saying something like this will be the next step for like a photo album. So it was
Yeah,
like a 3D model of the birthday. So it was really cool, because I absolutely agree that will be that's coming. That's, we can't call it the future anymore. It's kind of like the present.
yes.
um, so anyways, besides the hype, we since a very long time, context capture allows you to generate 3D models with data coming from loads of different sources, including mobile phones. So I've been posting a few use cases and examples, and then I asked Swovik to showcase like how to do this. So I think it was a good topic to end the year, and we can go back home. And even though Santa's not going to bring the iPhone 12 Pro this year, we can be happy that we should be able to get the amazing 3D model without having the iPhone 12. Snip,
Exactly.
snip. um, Cool. So, Sovik, thanks a million for joining today. I actually want to start asking you a question,
Yeah.
because I myself try to generate. I have an iPhone 11, and I was trying to do a 3D model of my little dog here called Scout. So I was trying to do this for kind of like a holiday season thing on that I want to post on LinkedIn. And well, I know that this is not the software's the software's fault. This is my fault entirely. Because this is like my dog is not like, it looks cuter than this. So what's happening here?
Yes, your dog definitely have a nose.
Yeah.
Has a nose. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I like, this was the first time, and she was moving a lot, so I know that this was quite bad. But the day after, I managed to get her quite still. But look at this, like it's like the ears and the nose are not in there. The tree actually looks quite cool. It it looks
Yeah.
like I made all this year. Just by the way. And this one here doesn't have even the head, so I
Yes.
need your
That's,
help.
in fact, you choose the, let's say, the most extreme of the extremes possible data set to acquire, because
Yeah.
there is one assumption we have to make when we are taking a photogrammetry, and the assumption is that
Hmm.
the object has to be still, like perfectly still. So
Yep.
even few millimeters of movement can be a problem for our data
Yep.
acquisition.
Yep.
So let's say if you can go back maybe to this first picture with
Yep.
the lack of nose, you know, it's still really impressive that your dog stayed still that good.
Thank you. It's
Because
not on the dog. It's on me. It's on me. I actually, I'm gonna tell you how I do this. She is in love with this tennis ball that we found somewhere. Like it was like we found it somewhere, and she just loves this ball. So I just took the ball and put it in my hand. So with one hand I was holding the ball, and with the other one I was taking the pictures.
okay, yes, and that's the in fact. Yes, let's just imagine that in the past that was the only way to gather a picture in photography at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people had to stay still for 30 seconds, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's of course, as you see, for example, the basket and the carpet, they all will look great because they just standing still.
Yeah.
Um, For a solution like this, there are existing some special cages which are containing like lots of different cameras placed around. Yes, so you're just entering an
Hmm.
actor into this cage, and
Yeah.
just in 1 second, you are taking like 200 or 300 pictures in just at once, and then you are
Yeah.
able to recreate full 3D model of that actor with the like perfect, let's say, a perfect accuracy and perfect detail because you did it all at once from each side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's say that it's not on you. It's it should, for acquisition like this, especially with the objects that can be moving, especially of
Yeah.
animals that you know they they like to move a lot. This is how they this is how they do.
So
So
tell me, like, I mean, being realistic, because I'm not gonna put my dog, or I'm not gonna spend any money. I'm just trying to do like a Christmas 3D model.
yeah,
So tell me, how would you? Do you want to share your screen and tell me
yes,
how
yes.
you did your? Yeah.
I can share
Um.
my context capture right now.
Yeah.
Just okay, we have it.
And you
Great.
tell me how, the tips and tricks of this data acquisition for, like, let's think that my dog is gonna be still, but like, what should
Yes,
I
just
take into
imagine that
consideration?
it's yes, this house is a dog. So basically,
Exactly.
as you may see, just if I will just take a little bit further, you see that around of the scene, I have a lot of the icons which are showing the position of the photo I took. So I was just
Hmm.
orbiting around,
Okay.
changing the angle of the orbit, and as I see, because it was standing still, I was able to gather everything with a rather good high,
Hmm.
let's say, good level of detail. But sometimes we just would like to gather a better detail of some part of the object. Let's say, in this case, I wanted to gather as better as much as possible the lock mechanism here. So
Okay.
the
Hmm.
closing mechanism.
And
So
do you take the pictures from different angles as well? So if you start from, let's say, from the base of the lock, and then I guess that you kind of like take into consideration the overlap. Do you go
yes,
also up and then do the same, or how?
if you take a look here, I started from some normal orbit, but I was going
Mhm.
closer and closer. So we are going
Yeah.
from the general to the detail. This is pretty important in case of let's say algorithm will just need it to find itself at some
Hmm.
point because everything here has been merged automatically without my help. It is
Yeah.
possible, of course, to do it manually. So I'm just taking something from, like, let's say, just imagine that we are just a plane
Yeah.
right now, taking a plane picture, and then we are taking oblique pictures, and we are just merging everything on the same control points, for example.
Yeah.
This is, of course, possible, but in case we are able to do everything with the same camera, for example,
Hmm.
we are able to just close in, and there is no, let's say, the limit of the picture is rather that high that we can allow ourselves to do as much as possible of those.
Okay.
So what will happen on like really blank or a smooth surface like here, they will have contain always some, let's say, issue with the surface.
Hmm.
And that's why also in the iPhone 12 this LiDAR is
Of course.
used, because this is just fixing
This is just
the
a limitation in the
picture.
photogrammetry itself. Is not a limitation on the camera or the
Yes,
data acquisition. So
yes,
the lidar will fix this. It will improve this noise or artifacts coming from
exactly.
that limitation. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Let me just open a different project like this one, for example,
Mhm.
because this one has been took with the OnePlus 7T Pro, which is rather, let's say, this is really good smartphone. It's
Okay.
still like 4 times cheaper than iPhone, but it's a really good one. But let me just open, the one of the first models I did when I just joined Virtuosity, and I was still having the old version, like from 2017.
Okay.
Um,
So
and
this
then
will be
I
with a newer sensor, the one that you just shown, and this
yes,
one that you're opening is with an older
this is one plus
camera
three.
sensor.
Yes, one
Hmm.
plus three camera. So it's right now it's each smartphone for like $150, $200 will have a camera better than this one here, and you are able to
Hmm.
send. Or for example, you have those Caterpillar smartphone with your
Hmm.
workers. You're just sending them on site because
Yeah.
something happened. For example, some crack
Yeah.
has appeared on the surface somewhere. You're just sending them and telling, okay, just gather the picture around, and I gonna just send them to
Yeah.
me. Maybe paste some scale bar so I will just know the size. They are taking the picture. The scale bar is in, and then after all, you can just produce, let's say, a result for yourself. So you know what happened. You have full documentation without sending surveyor with the TLS on site.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, so this is a very good point. Like, this is I love this because this was my point of my post during last week. It was like, you don't need the iPhone 12, like you don't need to spend massive amount of money on a device to generate an accurate 3D model. You are actually just saying that a device, a smartphone of like 150 euro will be enough to give you like
Yes.
images to generate a 3D model. Yeah.
Yes. You can just and this is all. We had this already many years ago because right now what is important, photogrammetry is not more rocket science. You don't have to be a surveyor with degree and so after years
Hmm.
of studies in university. We do not use no more auto stereoplanographs or autographs to create a stereometry and to make a measurement of the pictures like it was before. Not even mentioning that how complex and how expensive those machine was to just generate
Hmm.
measurement on the picture scanned, taken from.
Hmm.
This is a long story. Right now, a computer will do the same. No, not the same. It will do like thousand. Let's say in this time, it will make thousand and thousand more time work, amount of work. So there is no limitation right now in case of acquisition and making a measurement on the
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah. And the project that you are showing, is that also with mobile phone, or is that a combination?
It's only mobile phone. I just went there. It
Really?
took me around, let's say, 5 minutes to just stand in the castle. To just a few pictures around. I decided, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one few more here, for example, to gather a detail of the lamp here because
Yeah.
and
Wow.
everything just merged automatically. So especially for heritage, for such
Yeah. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
documentation of the old structures, this is the perfect solution. So
Yeah, that's this is the actually the contest capture customers, like the ones that know and use these kind of like different sources of data. I have one in mind, and I've shared a few use cases from him, Frederick, from Varberg's Common in Sweden, and he uses the mobile phone to take some close-ups
yeah.
for heritage and urban planning and all these kind of things. But like, I'm amazed that this data comes exclusively from mobile phone, because what Freddy does is just combining these with drone data or whatever. But like,
Mhm.
this is just really really interesting. How many pictures did you take, so to get kind of like a
Let's see.
sense of the
Let
data
us
acquisition and then the data
this
processing?
particular project.
Hmm.
But as far as I see, mostly it contains 90 photos in the main
Okay.
component. The biggest component is the 90 photos.
Hmm.
Yeah, as far as I see. But
Hmm.
at all, like every, it's 240 photos. in total. But in fact, I duplicated it a few times, so it will be around 100. So yeah.
Okay. So how much is the processing for, like, processing 100 pictures, more or less? What how long will it take?
As far as I remember, this example took 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
This example here
Okay.
of processing the mesh. Yes.
So it's like maybe like 5 minutes of data acquisition, like an hour of data processing, and then you have your 3D mesh. That sounds
Yes.
like a very
Yes.
good deal.
Exactly. So this first example I just shown, it was even shorter, like 20
Mhm,
minutes or so. Let's see. The first production is always okay. That was the longest, and that was 30 minutes for this scene here.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
of course, we are adding the scale bar. I used it for scaling. So, in case of each, let's say the accuracy here, we also
mhm,
have kind of control. Not only, let's say that what I'm showing right now is the easiest way. Let's take 10 centimeters, for example. Let's see it. What will it become? 9.98. So you know, it's really good accuracy here.
yeah, that's incredible.
It's
Did
good
you
enough
use
to.
did you use then that scale? Do you use it for the scale constraints? How do you scale the project actually?
Yes, in fact, I just lay down this scale bar here, create a
Mhm,
scale constraint. In fact,
mhm,
if I would be more interested in getting, let's say, also good scale in this direction here, for example, because right now, if we are scaling in this direction, then we have to be keep in mind that each scene will just scale in one direction then. And I'm not speaking about the band right now. Uh,
explain me this again. I didn't get this.
it's it's all about if we are distributing a control
Mhm,
points on our data, we have
mhm,
to keep in mind that it's when we are distributing them around, we can get much better accuracy because then we can scale using two axes, so x-axis and y-axis. We can scale and fit perfectly to the points around. When we are just scaling
mhm,
in one direction, we have to keep in mind that the you know different axes which will be not related to the first one can
mhm.
bring worse accuracy, so we have to keep in mind about it.
Okay.
Yes.
And is this something that so if you're doing, let's go back to my dog. I'm doing the 3D model of my dog. Do I need to put a scale in the project, a scale constraint, or how do I make sure that the accuracy is going to be good enough, or what are the
I-
options so
If
far?
you are talking about centimeters, you can use only you can even measure the carpet after the photo acquisition and just put the scale constraint on the carpet because you know what's the size or on the single tile or on just object that you know what size is in the theory
Hmm.
in the practice. So you're just getting a scale and then you're getting some metric units on the
Hmm.
product.
Okay. So there is no need for me to like measure control points or anything.
No,
It's
no,
just
no.
knowing. Okay, so it's just
Yes,
knowing, the distance between 2 points. So in this case, I could use, I don't know, one of the balls in the from the Christmas tree. So I can
exactly.
measure that, and then put, okay, from point A to point B. That would be. Could you show that in Contest Capture? How does that work in Contest Capture?
I will just show it here on the surveys. You see, okay, right here. You're just placing a markers on the picture.
Okay.
So you're choosing, creating a type points. You see right here, and choosing a proper angles and just pointing let's say the corner. In my case, it was the beginning of the scale bar, and then I'm just finding the same, but for 15 centimeters in this case. So
Mm-hmm.
if I would like to add more. Of course, then now it's just locked because I already create a production. I will get a marker here. I will just have to drag it on the right place and accept location, and that's all. I have to, of course, we have to keep in mind that we need at least 2, 3 pictures with this marker
Mm-hmm.
registered to get the calculation done. Yes.
And does this come? So do you? import the images and then do this, or do you do the AT before you do this? What's the workflow here?
In my case, I always do first AT just to get information if the acquisition was good enough. Yes, so I'm creating a first AT, see if there is any error or everything is just catching up here. You're getting the positions of the camera, you're getting information how many pictures has been rejected. In this case it was only 7 pictures has been rejected from the main component, so that was really good result. In fact, it's 160 photos here. Okay, so
Okay.
then we have our camera database. Of course we have a lot of them, like many different cameras like Canon, Nikon, etc. Then we have all range of the drones, which is also the, let's say, the biggest mm, maybe base of our customers. It's the drone operators here. So, and then after all, we have a huge base of the um, different smartphones and different, for example, GoPro Hero camera. So
Hmm.
it's all about taking this from database, or if there is not existing model in database, then you can still ask for adding the model to the database, to our tech support.
And if you in my case, if I run the 80, or I get the result and my dog doesn't have any nose, can I just take more pictures of the nose and then go back and add those into the project, or would it be better just to create a new project altogether, or how do I do this?
In fact, the perfect way would be, for example, wait till for dog to fall asleep, so he'll be just laying still, and then gather like whole image. And it would be possible, for example, to cut the mesh with only dog
Yeah.
and put it in the different scenery, but with use of the context capture editor. So we can merge 2 different meshes. The mesh number 1, mesh number 2, just put them together. You don't have to gather everything at once. In fact, if you want to have a fireplace and a Christmas tree, you can take them in the daylight and just wait for the dog to fall asleep. take
And then
the take the mesh of
merge.
the dog and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
place
yeah.
the match in the right place. So and we're still offering this. You have it in the bundle, so
With
you're
content
able to
editor.
yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. That's a very good point. Okay, I'll think about this. Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't know if when she's asleep, then it will be like, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but but I really want to get the dog in the Christmas.
Unless she's not hiding the nose, I know that some dogs like to just roll up in the in a small sphere and
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So then you do the AT, you do the scale constraint. That would be the your recommended workflow, and then you generate the 3D mesh. Is that
yes,
it?
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then, in case of editing, you have a lot of possibilities, including our touch-up tool to clean the noise, then moving forward to the context capture editor to create vectorization and, let's say, even prepare some documentation.
Mm-hmm.
You took, for example, we take this facade of the castle. We would like to just create quick documentation for the, let's say, someone who will just create new doors or need to create decoration on the doors, for example. Those those,
Yeah.
those wooden door I presented. You just create an measurements on the document. You can print it with high resolution, just to deliver as a PDF, for example. So many different possibilities afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I share my screen for a second
Yes,
and
of course.
show you. There is a customer, James Manfield, that just sent me the link to a. Let me. How do I share this? Give me one sec. Share me a share with me a 3D mesh that he did with an iPhone 6. Was it? Yeah,
Yes,
iPhone 6.
exactly. iPhone 6.
And this is coming from 96 ground pictures. Like this is
Yeah,
really cool.
it is. It is indeed.
It is really cool. I'm not very familiar with the viewer, so apologies for the.
Mhm.
There we go. But yeah, this looks brilliant. 96 pictures.
Yes, and you have like 3D models. So, but that's good that we can also present that, and we are thinking that you in fact send us this example because we can present that this is really like so
Yeah.
everyone can
And yeah,
just gather data right now.
absolutely. Like everyone has access. Like an iPhone 6 has, I think I had the iPhone 6, and like the camera is nothing, spectacular. Like, I mean, if you compare now with, I have the iPhone 11 now, which the camera is quite impressive. So like, the iPhone 6 is just really good. Like,
Yes,
look at
yes.
this.
In
I can
case,
even read this.
of course, it's all about how many pictures you're gonna get because we have to keep
Mm,
in mind that even if your camera doesn't have many, megapixels like our friend Remco
yeah,
has, it's a 100 megapixel camera. But
yeah,
if you have like 12 megapixels, then this is okay because you're gonna just take more pictures. The mesh is nothing more than cut those pictures and place in the right position. So it's only
yeah,
a limit how many of them you're gonna gather, how good detail you're gonna gather on the picture. That's why
yeah,
it's the best solution for archaeology heritage. This is the only way to acquire, let's say, the photorealistic, because
yeah,
photography
yeah.
a model at some point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna get back to my dog. And I'm gonna try to do this now that I know how to do it. This was very useful. So I promise that I will try again and I will share this on
Yeah,
LinkedIn just to prove
try with the
everyone that,
daylight. That's true. If she's sleeping
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
daylight, then like you can
yeah,
try. It's
yeah,
always
yeah, yeah.
the light here is also a crucial thing. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
perfect
good
lighting.
lighting. So the basics are, is it, as we used to say, garbage in, garbage out. So like obviously the
Yes,
images need to look good enough, I guess,
yeah,
for.
exactly.
And on those lines, I'm gonna again share with everyone that you can request an evaluation license of context capture. So, that take loads of pictures during this Christmas with your
Yes,
phone. It doesn't have to be an iPhone 12, and then you can request an evaluation license, and I will get that to you. Like it takes
yeah.
me like a few minutes to activate that for you, so you can give it a go and try it yourself, and start creating
Your
really cool.
first 3D Christmas album.
Exactly, your
Just
first
keep
3D
remember,
album.
keep remember that when you create everything, you can create web-ready solutions. So if you have some kind of talent for web hosting, you can even put it on your website to just present it to the others. So you
Yeah,
don't.
absolutely.
That's one
Yeah,
of the possibilities. So
yeah. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, if you don't have a data set, you also have here available a data set. But again, I think we all have a smartphone, so so
yes,
so I think it's fun. So just give it a go and try it, and start creating engineering ready 3D models. And the fact that we say engineering ready, is because as Swabik showed, it's not only a pretty, good looking 3D model, is actually very accurate. It's as accurate as as it can get, and you can start working with it, in different ways.
yeah,
You can consume it
you can
for your work.
create a full surveying and calculation report with
Mhm.
a really good error calculation in case you would like to present a acquisition report to your customer, for example. So
Do you want to show that?
that just of course that's really really simple thing generated automatically. Which is important. Okay, let me
Mm.
just share my whole screen right now. Let me open. Yeah, okay. That could be even a production. This is a quality report. Okay, you're just gonna make it a little bit bigger. You can get, and what is important, you can just export it to PDF in every second. So
Give me
you
one
know,
second. I don't think it was in the stream yet. It should be
just
now.
let me
Yeah.
know. Okay, just let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it now. Sorry, my dog is a bit distressed.
Okay.
I was on mute.
So as you see, in case of the project I just presented, you are getting the photo position with uncertainties, a scene coverage report, the point position uncertainty. So you know all of different analysis for you and for your customer to just present the quality for him. Of course, at the end, if you use survey point, for example, you're going to get also a section containing information about the metric
Hmm.
scaling. So if you have control points, you're going to get a table of content, let's say, having information about each control point with its accuracy, etc., etc. So full report ready to be just exported right here to the PDF and sent together with the project to the customer.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's available even though using only mobile phone pictures. I know that I'm talking about this
yeah,
like as if it was kind of like a unique thing, but it's kind of like because everyone is now talking about this, is like, well, we can do this.
yeah. This is, you
This
know,
is possible.
and what also is good with the camera, that's the phones right now also contain GPS inside, so we can use even a metadata. So it's it's much easier for a picture from a phone to find itself in the world. So
Mm, mm. Cool. Is there anything else that we can show about?
a lot more, but our time is limited. So, yeah,
That's very true. Thank God that you are always like so concerned about the time. So,
yeah, I have to keep in mind everything.
that is very true. Okay, so I'll be sharing the 3D mesh of my dog hopefully next week.
Okay, I'm gonna
Before,
wait for that.
yeah, I think you're gonna help me with that.
Okay.
So yeah, that will be the next thing, and happy holidays to everyone. I hope you have a very good time with your loved ones. It's been a crazy year. So I hope everyone is going to be safe during Christmas time in Europe or wherever you are. And all the best for the next year. Hopefully, with a little bit less of a of
Yeah.
a pandemic. But we'll do this together. So see you next year. Most likely, right? We are not going to do another live before
Oh,
the end of
now
the
it's
year
time. Now it's time to prepare
to prepare for
Christmas
next.
dumplings. Like in Poland, we have pierogi. So
Oh, how
uh,
do you do that? Maybe you could share the recipe in the next live.
yeah, next LinkedIn live will be a recipe recipe for the pierogi.
That would be cool.
That will be
As long as we can generate a 3D model out of
to
the
the mash
dumpling.
of the pierogi. Yes, that will be.
Sounds delicious. Great. So see you all in
In
2021.
fact, I created once a mash of the birthday cake. So you know,
You did?
yes. So
Really?
it's only about taking a video and yes.
Oh, so actually, that's a good question. You suggested for me to. Oh, we were about to finish, and I wanna
Yes,
I wanna start talking
but
again.
let's add it at the end. You can also add a video. You don't have to take a pictures. You can use a video from smartphone, then convert it to the single frames with use of the built-in engine. Of course, keep in mind that video doesn't it has to be still. It has to be sharp. So
Mm.
don't just move around like this. Just keep some steady video around,
Yeah,
and
I
you
find
will end
that. Yeah, I
with the
find it
good
like
results.
the reason why I didn't make the video is because I find it more challenging to get like a still, proper, so I'm
Okay.
I think for me it will be like in my mind sounds easier to take the pictures rather than a video because I know that I'm gonna be shaking more. Um,
Let's
uh,
try out with this video.
yeah,
This is
I think I
always
should try both.
a
Yeah,
way to do.
yeah. Okay, I'll try both. Cool.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
So
you so much, Sobik.
happy holiday for everyone.
Yeah, happy holiday, everyone, and talk
Okay.
to you next year. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.